Hi everyone. I wanted to start today with this story that I heard, true story from a friend of ours, Jonathan Conrath. And quite a few years ago, he was on a mission trip with a small group, and they were in a small aeroplane flying. I think it was over African country, and this small aeroplane just had a pilot in it, and the small group in the plane, and suddenly they were in the midst of a big storm, and the plane was going up and down and all over the place and rocking around, and it was very scary. The pilot looked back to make sure and shouted out, you know, belt up, get your belts on, and obviously looked to check that everyone was in their seats, and then he carried on flying, and eventually, cutting the story short, they arrived where they were meant to arrive after a very difficult time, but they arrived safely. And so the pilot was there checking that everybody that was in the plane was coming off the plane like they do, doing the procedure. And so he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he looked puzzled, and then he was doing it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Jonathan, our friend, heard him doing this, and was saying, "Is there a problem?" Because he wasn't letting them off. And he said, "Well, where's the seventh man?" And Jonathan realised what he meant, and because he said when he'd looked back, he said, "Do you know, in the middle of the storm, when I looked back to make sure you were all in your seats, I counted and there were 7 men." And Jonathan explained and said, "Well, actually, there's only 6 of us missionaries, and but we're Christians. We believe in God, and I strongly suggest the person you saw, the 7th man, was actually Jesus with us." So that was a very impactful story. Had obviously an impact on the pilot, had an impact on Jonathan. And the verse I've got today to learn that I'm doing today is Zephaniah 3 verse 17. And I just felt that to tell you that story, because in the midst of this storm, in the midst of what we're going through at this time, never forget that Jesus is with us. So Zephaniah 3:17 says, "The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one to save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you with his love. He will exult over you with loud singing." Zephaniah 3:17. I love that loud singing, but I also love the fact that he's just with us and he's quieting us, bringing that peace with his love, and he's really glad to be with us. He's rejoicing over us with gladness, and he's mighty. Don't forget, he's mighty to save. So I just bless you today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a really great day. Bye for now.